Hey friends, welcome to Beyond Travel. My name is Marcin and this is a channel where I want to share with you many things travel related. Beautiful places, exciting adventures, occasional tips, and what's more important for today's video, fascinating stories of the people I meet. Today, I am super excited to launch a new series on this channel called Stories Beyond Travel. A series which spotlights some of the interesting and fascinating people who live in a way or do things worth checking out and sharing with a wider audience. So if you like this idea, stick around because today, as we are launching this series, I have someone very special for you. Back in November 2023, when I was in London working on the World Travel Market on Slovenia's stand, I met Marko Drpic, who was part of the Slovenian representation and was exhibiting with his impressive letterpress machine. We had a brief chat and I quickly realized he is very committed to and passionate about his craft and profession. And so one morning we organized some extra time for him to show me how the letterpress printing works and also to share with us some of his story. So without further ado, this is a story of Marko Drpic and the art of letterpress printing.
Centuries ago in UK, you would separate smaller letters from bigger letters, from capital letters. And so you would put capital letters in the uppercase and you would put small letters in the lowercase. Rings a bell probably. So now using the phrase uppercase and lowercase, this is actually where it comes from. I'm Marko Drpic. I'm a letterpress printer based in Ljubljana, Slovenia, a small country in Europe. I discovered letterpress printing by accident, of course, but it kind of went in two steps. First, 25 years ago, I had to sign a proof print in a print shop so they could start the run. I had a little bit extra time and there was a room with an inscription composing room somewhere around. And what I saw was something like a cabinet behind me. There were several of them. And next step was, of course, I gave them my card and I said, if you're ever going to throw this away, give me a call. And that famous call came in a year. So that was the beginning. I didn't have any idea how this was used. Just to have it somewhere near was already comfortable. The first thing that hand composer had to learn was the distribution of letters in a drawer. This varies from country to country. We use more of a Central European distribution. It's entirely different in Italy or in France or say in United States or UK. So this is the first thing, learning distribution so you can work fast. Letterpress is all about touching and tactility. So what we do is we often use papers that modern machine cannot handle simply because they're too bulky. And another thing is that we can use the volume of the paper just because letterpress is actually a printing technique that uses pressure to get a print. So we use this volume, this bulkiness of paper. And once you look at the outcome and when your fingers touch it, you're never the same person again. I'm going to add some fresh ink now. Since I will only print one poster or let's say low run, I will manually ink the letters. But you can see here I already composed the name Ljubljana, all made by lead type, separated with the spacers. I carefully fixed it so it doesn't move at all. It would be a disaster if characters move. So now I'm going to manually ink the letters. And again at the bottom of the poster. Once the inking is done, I will add the lettering to the poster that I already I did two runs previously already. So one run is one color, I let it dry overnight, and the second run is another color. This is a lino cut. So prior to printing, I had to cut two blocks. So the grippers now hold the paper and they will guide it through the machine. And the final step is I just sign it with a blind stamp. Blind embossing. There's so many objects, just arranging them, listening to them, the texture that they give you, all the scratches on the metal type, what happens in the machine, all the mistakes that you make but are not crucial. They're just not aligned with how the industry works. But that's fine, that's creative work. So that fascinated me. It's all about weight in letterpress printing technique. Since the letters are made of lead, it can become really heavy when you want to print something big. And for posters, of course, you need big items. This item made in lead could weight maybe 3 kilos. So bigger letters were always made in wood. We have a collection of wood items. And there is a interesting instance. Of course, when you get an old collection, there is sometimes characters missing. And I started to question how this was made, only to find out that basically the knowledge has gone. So it took me 3 years to reconstruct the whole process, and now maybe there is 10 to maybe 15 people in the world still producing wood type traditional way. What struck my mind is actually my profession now is made of my tools actually from 60 to 150 years old. So the entire profession is built on something that was meant to be scrapped. Basically, we don't buy anything, neither tools nor material. And I think this is really sustainable. Plus, still there is enough people interested in getting the knowledge. And I think not only saving the equipment from going to scrap, but transferring the knowledge through this equipment and connecting this old master that passed the knowledge to me with the students that I pass knowledge to now. I think it's a beautiful thing.